200 kilos. He's underway now on the weight transfer sled here. So for those that are wondering what's happening, the fence on the sled there is slowly lifting itself up off the ground, applying more weight to those two pans. And the very sloppy track conditions out there are very, very trying. Boys need to keep their wheel slip under control, looking for traction all the way around. So he's taking a very, very slow run here. I'm not sure if that's going to be helping him at all as the weight comes on. No inertia from the sled. Speed's under 1 kilometre an hour, which is usually the death kneel, but maybe he's just going out nice and slow, going to try and hold that all the way through. Certainly not working for him at all, I don't think, as he's very, very slowly inching forward. While he has forward momentum, he's entitled to carry on. He's cranking the wheel over, looking for traction. I'm not sure if that's helping or hindering, but he certainly thinks it's a good idea. So Rory, as he comes through very slowly through the 18 metre mark, 1 kilometre an hour, just chewing his way through all the slippery track here. It's not going to get any prizes for speed, but we're not worrying about speed, it's all about distance. So into the 24 metres now, 1.3 kilometres an hour or so he's picked up the pace a little bit. We've all told our children the story about the turtle and the hare, so speed's not the big factor. We saw John Mansfield do a 31.30 just a second or two ago. So Rory certainly getting his money's worth of time on the sled as he goes through 32, 33, so it's working for him. Just cranking that wheel over and over. It's certainly going to be a long day if they all work on this principle. I don't think I've seen the speed go over 1.4 kilometres an hour in the whole run. Just sitting at 1.1, 1.2, dropping down to 0.7 every now and again. So he's certainly working every metre out of this machine. That's what they're here for, good operators. Oh, looks like he was going to be stopping here. I don't think he's going to be getting too much further. I don't think 44, so here we go, 43, 47 for Rory.
I've been accused of going AWOL, absent without leave, but I assure you that I'm still here. Andrew and Basil, this is Brendan Raymer, another one of the Raymer family who are here in the tractor pull competition. He's on the Massey Ferguson 6480. He's lined up there in lane number 3. Basil's got them underway, both underway. David van der Berken, he's on the John Deere 6430. I might be able to have a look at their classes from the other day. Brendan Raymer 69.69, slightly slower than David, 63.94. So what's happening out here? I think it's a John Deere who's going to come through, certainly at this stage of the competition. He's coming towards the 75 metre mark. He's got not too much of a lead. In fact, the lead might have been overtaken, but it is going to be the John, oh no, it's going to be very, very close. Crossing the finish line about now for the John Deere. And unfortunately for the Massey Ferguson, he's really got stuck in that boggy patch across there towards the last 10 metres of lane number 3. Remember, it's not all over, they get a second run. So it's going to be the John Deere that might find it a wee bit difficult as he pulls towards the finish line there when we turn them around and send them back down to the start line.
We've got Mark Jackson coming on the sled here, number 21, 8980 kilos, and he's running the big New Holland. It's T7, lovely machine. And we'll be seeing Mark, he's at 2.4k an hour as he's passing through the 43 metre mark. If he can keep himself going and get onto the harder track that the boys are finding up here, he might be able to get through, like we saw Michael Austin take through a great run there, and we just saw the Deutz do an 80 metre run, so Mark will be looking to try and emulate those two guys. 54, he's certainly chewing up a fair bit of dirt. Speed's peeling away now, down under 1k an hour, so I don't think he's going to get to 58 to be honest. Seems to be going down faster than forward. There we go.
with a couple of minor glitches there, but I think we're starting to get the swing of things again. A couple of John Deeres this time. Wally Sinton, that's a name that's occurred reasonably regularly over the last few days. He had to go on one of the modifieds, I believe. He's against Logan Coffey. It looks as though they're making both pretty slow progress. Power hop's certainly a problem today. It hasn't been over the previous 2 days. Then we see the John Deere across the other side. Every time it jumps up and down, it loses a bit of traction, a bit of forward momentum. It's still going to be a pretty close thing between the two tractors. Wally Sinton's across here in lane number 1, and lane number 3 is going to be about only 1 metre behind them. Very, very close. We can see that starting to bog down over the far side.
I think it's stepson, so Stephen and the family, as long as the voice gets through, Stephen and people will be happy, and Stephen will be very happy, so let's see what he's able to do.
Sorry, I've just been otherwise engaged. Here's Wally Sinton, lane number 1. Wally's going to cross the finish line first. Wally's name seems to have appeared quite regularly over the last 3 days. Good run there, Wally. 64.30. Remember that this is the start of round 3 of the competition. We're starting to get to the business end of the 7 to 9 tonners out there on a little running. The big boys, he's really sort of giving it a bit of stick. We're starting to see, I thought they were supposed to be emissions sort of
there were emissions there,
all the people about that about there.
There was plenty of emissions going out there, so anyway, he's got to be looking to better the 64 mark set by Sean at the moment, so he's struggling at this stage. 80.91 is what got him here. Certainly he's not going to get too much further than 40. I don't think he'll see 41. He may make a lower off, no. He's certainly down, starting to rocket down. You certainly don't need to see sticking when it's a rocket, don't come a knocking, because it's time to pull it in and get him out of there. 40.53 for Stephen Cook. So he'll certainly have to
I thought it was only 30-year-old tractors that we saw that sort of smoke coming out of it. There's been a John Deere tractor down there for a while that's been, arguably sun-setting evening sky, I guess you could say, more. Anyway, let's get back to the serious business. Wally Sinton tried across here to lane number 3. He had a couple of seconds, 2.5 seconds advantage across Stuart Thompson. It looks as though Stuart's going to get across the finish line first, so Wally's making up good ground here. So unless something happens between here and the finish line, that'll be through to round number 4 for Wally Sinton. Well done, Wally. A couple of John Deeres, unfortunately, for competitor number 62. Done extremely well so far, but by the smallest of margins, they've been eliminated here in the weight adjusted class.